Good evening, I'm Scott Beadle with St. George News at 8. Authorities have confirmed a father and his 2 children died after their private plane crashed into a hill in Iron County Saturday night. The Cessna 172 plane piloted by Randy Wells was spotted around 11 a.m. Monday by an aerial search crew. Wells was the bishop of a congregation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Sandy. He and his 2 children, 8-year-old Asher and 3-year-old Sarah, were all killed in the crash. The aircraft was reported missing Saturday night when the family did not arrive at their destination, Salt Lake City International Airport. A man was discovered dead Monday morning in the parking lot of a Washington City shopping center. Witnesses say he appeared to have a gunshot wound to the head. Police responded to the 1000 block of West Red Cliffs Drive near Don Pedro's and Sherwin-Williams a little before 7. Washington City Public Information Officer Ed Cantor says that death is currently being investigated as a suicide. A witness at the scene said a worker from Sherwin-Williams discovered the body and called police. In Washington County, a car smashed into a guardrail on Interstate 15 Saturday evening, leaving behind chunks of detached metal and plastic, which authorities say led to additional crashes. Around 8:20 that night, Utah Highway Patrol responded to the crash near milepost 29. The initial crash involved a blue Ford Mustang in the southbound lane. Investigators weren't sure yet what led to that crash, but say speed may have been a factor. That driver was taken to a hospital. Her injuries were not believed to be life-threatening. Tomorrow night will be a first for the new president, a joint address to Congress. During a meeting with the nation's governors, President Trump previewed that speech. Among the topics he highlighted to them, his proposed budget requests. Stephanie Ramos reports from Washington.
Governors from across the country back at the White House after President Trump's first social event as commander-in-chief.
The First Lady and I were very, very happy last night to host you.
Today, the president is talking Obamacare, government spending, and teased his first address to Congress, calling it a landmark event.
A message to the world in these dangerous times of American strength, security, and resolve.
The president touching on a range of topics from immigration to his first budget proposal, which goes to Congress next month.
This budget will be a public safety and national security budget, very much based on those two, with plenty of other things, but very strong.
The budget includes a massive $54 billion increase in defense spending and major cuts to agencies like the EPA, also foreign aid and domestic programs.
This defense spending increase will be offset and paid for by finding greater savings and efficiencies across the federal government. We're going to do more with less.
Also at the White House, health insurance company CEOs. Trump holding a meeting with them saying that the Affordable Care Act is a failure.
We must work together to save Americans from Obamacare. And people know that, and everyone knows that at this point.
Trump says he wants to work with the executives on a transition to a new plan.
Also today, the Pentagon is set to hand over a plan on how to defeat ISIS. The Pentagon says it's designed to speed up the fight against ISIS all around the world and not just in Iraq and Syria. While Hollywood is celebrating the Oscars, they're also mourning the death of actor and director Bill Paxton. Paxton died Saturday from complications following surgery. He was 61. At the time of his death, Paxton was starring in the crime drama Training Day. He's best known for his work in films including Twister, Apollo 13, and Titanic. Paxton also starred in the HBO series Big Love from 2006 until 2011. Paxton also wrote, directed, and produced award-winning short films. He's survived by his wife, Louise Newberry, and 2 children, James and Lydia Paxton. The suspect, who police say drove drunk into a Mardi Gras parade, reportedly had a blood alcohol content nearly 3 times the legal limit. New Orleans police say Nielsen Rizzuto blew a .232 in a breathalyzer test. Police say he drove into the parade Saturday night, striking 2 vehicles and hitting numerous people. 21 of them were taken to hospitals, including 5 to the trauma center. Gas prices are inching up. The price of a gallon of regular unleaded rose 2 cents to $2.33 across the U.S. The national average is up 56 cents now from last year. The highest prices, though, look to Los Angeles, which averages $2.94. Tulsa, Oklahoma had the lowest at $2.02, and, well, don't expect those gas prices to fall anytime soon. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers is in next with your Southern Utah forecast.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Monday evening to you. Starting to see a little precipitation make its way through parts of southern Utah. Also have a few advisories out too. The area in white, mainly from about Cedar City up to the north near Beaver in parts of southern Utah, is a winter weather advisory. Overnight tonight could pick up about 1, maybe up to 3 inches of snow in the higher elevations. The blue on the map a little further to the north as you get into parts of western Utah and then eventually up into parts of the Salt Lake City area. That's where they have a winter storm warning into effect. And they could see as much as 4 to maybe 8 inches of snow. Now around the St. George area though, we're going to stay mainly warm enough to see rain around our area, but could see temperatures drop off overnight tonight back into the low 30s. May see a little mixing of some light snow, but not expecting a lot of accumulation here around St. George. But here's your temperatures from today then. We did make it back into the mid 50s here in St. George, 55 degrees. Our high temperature late this afternoon, 44 degrees in Cedar City. Hurricane at 52 degrees late this afternoon, 57 in Mesquite, and 57 degrees also today in Las Vegas. As we head into your Tuesday, some clouds out there. We'll go partly to mostly cloudy. Mostly precipitation should get out of here pretty early in the day. It will start at about 39 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, up into the 40s, and by noon about 46 degrees. And by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, should see those temperatures make it back into the low to mid 50s once again, with a little sunshine peeking out as we get into the last day of February. So becoming partly sunny as we go through the day on our Tuesday. A little on the breezier side though, and temperatures just should be a little bit warmer, at least getting back to at least into the mid 50s across parts of our area here as we get to late in the afternoon hours of our Tuesday. Now as we get to your Wednesday, a little bit cool to start out. You could see temperatures dip back into the upper 20s to low 30s in some areas, and expecting the teens, of course, in areas of higher elevation up near Cedar City in that as you get to Wednesday morning. Otherwise, just sunny and pretty mild afternoon, and we're going to keep it mainly dry as you get through the next several days. Even through the end of the work week then, temperatures do eventually start to keep warming up as you get those highs back into the 60s just in time for that upcoming weekend. So taking a look at our surface map, again for our Tuesday, much of southern Utah then are going to see that rain-snow mixture get out of here, getting in parts of Arizona, New Mexico, off into Colorado as well. Just behind that though, a little on the chillier side as far as some temperatures go. Again, high temperatures around St. George into the mid 50s, but as you head up into some of the higher elevations, could see those temperatures only into the mid 30s or so on our Tuesday afternoon. So here's your forecast for tonight. Again, a little rain around the area from St. George and Mesquite, with temperatures falling back into the low 30s. But again, Cedar City with that winter weather advisory, could see a little snow out there, 1 to 3 inches in Cedar City. Temperatures back to 21 as you wake up early on your Tuesday morning. Now through the day then, Tuesday should get back near 40 from Cedar City with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Again, mostly sunny skies around everywhere else. Temperatures into the low 50s, 54 degrees a high in Mesquite, 52 degrees a high in Hurricane, and 53 degrees in St. George late in the day on our Tuesday. Now a little bit warmer for your Wednesday, a little sunshine returning too, but temperatures still on the cooler side, 56 degrees. The real warm weather comes in as we get to the end of the work week, and especially by the weekend. Again, a lot of dry weather expected too, and plenty of sunshine. Should see those temperatures back into the mid 60s to even upper 60s by the time we get to about Saturday and Sunday. So some pretty pleasant weather, especially as we head into the first part of March. Yeah, kind of enjoying those temperatures above average for sure as you get through the next several days. And once the little bit of rain, snow that we have around tonight moves out of here, again, dry weather for about the next 7 days here in southern Utah.
Yeah, I mean, it's only Monday, but that weekend ahead is looking great, isn't it?
We always like to look ahead to the weekend. Right now it's looking pretty nice into the 60s with some sunshine. Looks like some nice weather here in our area.
Thanks, Chris. Still ahead, a special delivery that gives the green light to St. Patrick's Day celebrations. St. Patrick's Day isn't for another few weeks, but one Syracuse, New York bar is getting the party started a little early with a lot of green beer. Patrons at Coleman's Bar celebrated the 54th annual Green Beer Delivery yesterday. The Coleman's Green Beer Sunday has been a tradition at that neighborhood bar dating back to the 1960s. 80-year-old owner Peter Coleman ensures the day is filled with green beer and happy participants as he pours the first beer, making sure it is nothing less than perfect.
Yeah, you got to get ready ahead of time, I guess. They had a big old truck of cold beer coming in there the way it looked.
That's a lot of green beer.
That is a lot of green beer.
Well, thanks for watching and have a great night.
Now over to Andy with this week's Region 9 High School Sports Report.